Welcome back, Pratte Jim. Election results, some world news and sports. All right, Pittsburgh attorney Patrick Conley locked up victories in the Democratic and Republican primaries to be a judge on the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas. 6 candidates competed in the primary for a shot at 2 open seats on the court. David Spurgeon, a professor at Duquesne University School of Law and Point Park University, won the 2nd spot in the Democratic Party. Meantime, Allegheny County Sheriff Bill Mullen easily defeated challenger George Sattler, a Pittsburgh homicide detective. Mullen was first elected in 2006 and re-elected again in 2009 and 2013. He received 67.4% of the vote. And Pittsburgh Mayor Bill Peduto cruised Tuesday to one of the most lopsided Democratic Party wins in decades. In his victory speech in front of supporters in Banksville, Peduto referred to the resounding win as a mandate and to press forward with an agenda to reform city government, rebuild the economy, invest in our neighborhoods, and invest in our people. So congratulations to Mayor Bill Peduto. And locally, 3 judicial candidates will proceed to the general election for 2 open seats on the Beaver County Court of Common Pleas. Mitchell Shahian of Center Township won on both the Democratic and Republican ballots in the primary, and Deborah DeCastro, also of Center, won a spot on the Democratic ballot, and William Brajlov of Beaver earned the 2nd spot on the Republican ballot. The 3 will face off in November for the 2 seats opened by the retirements of once President Judge John McBride and Judge Harry Knafel. Meantime, Judge Deborah Kunzelman of Beaver County received more than 21% of the vote on the Democratic ballot for her Supreme Court bid. She will run along with 3 other Democrats in the general election. Additionally, Coraopolis District Judge Mary Murray will move on to the general election after she received about 19% of the Republican vote. So there you have some crucial stuff that happened during yesterday's primary election. Now, let's get to some world news. Vladimir Putin says he has transcripts of a recent Oval Office meeting with the Russian foreign minister, and he is willing to release them. That, of course, the meeting between the foreign minister and President Donald Trump. The president speaking at the commencement of Coast Guard graduates today. Also, Representative Al Green on the House floor calling for the impeachment of the president. And John McCain, senator from Arizona, one of the most respected people in Washington, is saying that this situation with the Russians is big as the Watergate story of the Nixon administration. All right, baseball. Bryce Harper's 13th homer of the season helped the Nationals beat the Bucks 8-4. Chad Kuhl, 6 runs, 10 hits, 4 innings of work. Steven Strasburg of the Nationals, 3 runs, 4 hits in 6 innings. One of them a home run by Josh Harrison, who had 3 hits off of Strasburg. Pirates and Nationals again tonight. It will be Garrett Cole against Jacob Turner, 7:05. You can watch it on 93.7 The Fan. And remember, my man Ed Shewak, be responsible. Miller Lite, ladies and gentlemen, as the Pens getting ready to play Ottawa. We had that preview earlier with Greg Diolis, Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. That, of course, on the NBC Sports Network from the Canadian Tire Center. They dropped the puck at 8 o'clock. And we'll have more after the game tonight from the Pratte Gym once we return from Jimmy Joe Savage's Legacy Studios, where we're going to be previewing this weekend's second leg of horse racing's Triple Crown, the Preakness Stakes, and Always Dreaming the favorite, but a horse people are looking at Lee. We'll talk to Dave Pasquale and also Ted Arnaud on the AT&T Sports Line. And then Ted and I are going to talk some NFL and which team in the NFL will end the longest drought from postseason. Could it be the Browns, who have missed the postseason for 14 straight years? But with getting people like Myles Garrett, number 1, meaning first-round selection in the draft, and then also Jabril Peppers, an exceptional defensive player. One must think, and Deshaun Kaiser in the mix out of Notre Dame, that they have finally maybe headed in the right direction. We'll talk to Ted Arnaud about that tonight. Also, for you fans of basketball like me, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics, game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final. Boston tonight, 8:30 on TNT. You know, these teams have met in the postseason 76, 85, 92, 08, 10, and 15. And I know, first team ever to go 8-0 first couple of rounds of the NBA playoffs. You got LeBron James, the greatest player in the game, the defending NBA champions. But let me say this. No one gave them a chance when they were down 2 games to none to Chicago. No one gave them a chance against Washington. You've got a spectacular player in Isaiah Thomas. This could be a better series than you think, so tune in tonight. And the AT&T Byron Nelson begins tomorrow, PGA Tour. And coming up shortly, we'll talk a little golf about the next month and the legacy of Byron Nelson, and also Jack Nicklaus. His tournament, the Memorial in Dublin, Ohio, begins June 1st and will run through June 4th. Mickey Graziani, the director of golf. And by the way, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to a great golf outing, you know there's no one better than my friend Jimmy Manganiello at the club at Shadow Lakes. They do great work there. So enjoy. We'll come back shortly, talk a little golf, and have a great day. And don't forget tonight, be back with us. A lot of good stuff to get to tonight, especially if you love horse racing, from Jimmy Joe Savage's Legacy Studios in East Liverpool. Good afternoon.